First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Yahweh is the name of who this world ignorantly calls God. Yahweh Shai is the name of who this world ignorantly calls Jesus. Bahashem means in the name. Rakah means spirit, and Kodash means holy. That's all in the Paleo Hebrew. I also want to give double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Today's lesson, I wanted to play this brother's video real quick, right? Amawan Gabar, go subscribe to his channel. Pretty much going into clips, right, compiled together of people, causing havoc, right? Uproars of the people. And I'm making this video because this is written in the scriptures. Right, like every single video I've been making lately, as I said, is going to reach a point where I'm not even going to have to put too much thought into what my video is going to be. Right, I'm going to just have to turn on the news and the spirit's just going to work. Okay, because, this Israel-Palestine shit is kicking off. Right, that's prophetic. And we're seeing it come to pass how it was written. Right, when they shall say peace and safety, then shall sudden destruction come. Right, it says that Yahweh Shai is going to come in an hour when no man thinketh. Okay, when you least expected it, here it is, boom, out of nowhere, Hamas. Okay, now this is, look at, man, let's play the video. Right, as you saw, right, straight uproars of the people in every single city you can imagine. People, causing havoc, right? And this came out of nowhere, but this is all prophetic, right? And let's get a couple scriptures. Okay, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. It says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself. When thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is made manifest, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. Okay? And that's the whole point, right? This should be boosting your faith, seeing everything that's happening in the world, right? If you're not in that spirit of happiness, of rejoicing, seeing the world go to shit, ultimately you're in the wrong spirit, right? You're still attached to this place. Right, because the true elect, you're going to be in that spirit of wanting this place to hit the fan, right? Hastening the second coming of Yahweh Shai. Because this place, every single day, all it does is corrupt us more, right? As it says in Micah chapter 2 and verse 10, Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it will destroy you with the sword pollution, with the sword destruction. That's like constantly what this place does day in and day out. We don't want to be here working 9 to 5, paying taxes on taxes on taxes. Right, as it says in Baruch, right, subject to payments and made a reproach. We don't want to be suffering. We don't want to be in this predicament anymore. So if you're not in the spirit of rejoicing when you see this, ultimately you're in the wrong spirit. Okay, but these are all signs that we're at the end. Okay, we're at the end. And through the spirit, right, let's get 2nd Ezra chapter 15. And actually, let's go to Matthew chapter 24. Says the same thing it was saying on the screen in Luke. Right? Matthew chapter 24. Oh, that's more up. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 6 says, And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginnings of sorrows. Right? This is just the beginning, and it's only going to get worse and worse. Right? And it's going to feel like I'm going over these scriptures, hitting the same ones over and over again. But the fact is that, hey, this is these are key scriptures, right? These two chapters I'm about to go to, hey, I personally myself am going to read these tonight. 2nd Ezra 15 and 16, because 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 16 is going into these end times and what's going to happen. And soon to pass, right, these scriptures, they're going to be fully jumping out of the book, right? We're going to see them in full effect. And this is why you got to lock in, right? You got to really meditate on 15, 16 of 2nd Ezra and really envision that, okay? Really prepare yourself mentally for when these things come to pass. Because as it says, right, 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 1, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Right, they are faithful and true. These prophecies are going to come to pass, right? Because, hey, we're living out of this book. There's only one power, and that power is the God of Israel. Whether you want to believe it, whether you understand it or not, it's the truth. Right now, we're living in prophetic times. We're living in kingdoms that have been written years ago. So, hey, the book is living, right? The book is living, and it's definitely speaking right now. Verse 3, Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness, because saith Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Right? And this is just the beginning, as it says, right? We still need to see that famine, great pestilences, right? Just wait till they come back with another wave of that 2020, right? Just wait, because it's coming, right? They said it was coming. But I wanted to get a scripture, right? 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 15, because this is what we're going to start seeing. It says, For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. Okay, and this is exactly what we're seeing right now. Right? People, right? Sedition, going against the government, not caring what the kings, right? What the government says, what the president says, what your local mayor says. Okay, they're going to start rebelling because they realize this is some bullshit. And just wait till they start telling people, oh yeah, you still need to pay your taxes. You still need to pay your child support. When people are realizing the fact that all this money is going to a useless war over there in Ukraine and Israel. And that all their money that they're getting taxed for is going to no use, right? To no avail. It's literally been being thrown in the grinder. We'll just wait till people start causing havoc just on that part, right? Because people, the modern day Babylonian, how I've said, the modern day American is realizing that this government does not benefit them. Okay, and here it is, just off this little conflict, or not little, right? It's escalating. This conflict, look at all these countries, these people getting together, right? And it's looking like we in those times. Right, we in those times, Abaratazah, which means Lord willing. Hey, this thing keeps on escalating and escalating, and hey, we're delivered right soon. Because that's something I think about all the time is, man, I need to get the hell out of this place. Right, America is not it. But let's get a couple more. Right, let's read verse 17 here too. It says, A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And the reason for that is because they're going to come in with that martial law. Right, strict lockdowns because of activities like we're seeing right here. People protesting. They're gonna have those. Hey, it ties beautifully, right? They're gonna have those sleeper cells, right? Those United Nations soldiers over here controlling shit because the army of the United States, hey, they're all gonna be flown over there to fight that World War III in the East. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna bring in soldiers, right? Military, or what's it called? Mercenaries, right? United Nations soldiers that do not care about you. And many of us believe that that's exactly what's happening with this immigrant crisis, right? They're bringing in those troops through this crisis, right? A lot of those men, living in fancy ass hotels paid by the people's tax money. That's another reason why they're going to start rising up, because all these immigrants are getting housed, right? Penthouses off the modern day American 9-to-5 tax. And they're like, what the fuck? Okay? But through the Spirit, we believe that a lot of those men coming in are sleeper cells, right? Actually, soldiers just waiting for shit to hit the fan. Because the apostles have said it since the beginning, right? The modern day American soldier, right? He still has that patriotism in his heart, and he cares about his people. He's not going to turn and start gunning Americans down just because the government said so. Nah, he still has a heart. But these foreign troops, they don't give a fuck about the American. They don't give a fuck about if you ain't got no food, no water, right? When they're told to order, hunt them down, shoot them down, behead them, right? They're gonna do it, and they're gonna go above what they've been told. They're gonna be out here robbing, raping, murdering. Okay, it's gonna be a crazy time. That's why I said 2 Ezra 15 and 16. Right, I myself, I'm gonna read this, and I'm gonna truly meditate on these scriptures, these 2 chapters, because soon to come, this is gonna be the reality of our world. These 2 chapters right here, and all the Bible for that, right? But these 2 chapters really hit the point. But let me get a couple more points. Let's go to 2 Ezra chapter 16. And verse 38, it says, as when a woman with child verse 37, I'll start at. It says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the ninth month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth great pains come past her womb. Which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. Right? The exact same way how a woman is having contractions, right? And they only get worse and worse till the baby comes out. It's going to be the exact same way of the world going into more shit, right? More situations till Yahushua comes back, okay? Verse 40, O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, right? We have to prepare for this coming time. And in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth, right? We're going to be constantly moving, to and fro, right? Having to make decisions on the fly based on the wisdom and knowledge that we have. In that time, we're literally going to be walking Bibles, right? All these precepts that you have memorized, all these scriptures, they're going to be instilled in you, and you're going to be moving based on that faith, right? Based on what you know, what you've heard, that foundation. Okay, so now that we see the beginnings, right, things really starting to kick off, you got to go even harder, right? You have to be on fire, because we can't be lukewarm. We can't be wishy-washy, half foot in, half foot out, because the Lord said he would spit you out if you're like that, right? Revelation 3, I believe, right? He prefers that you're hot or cold, because thou art lukewarm, I will spew thee out of my mouth. So you gotta be on fire. Because this is coming right here too. 2 Ezra chapter 16 and verse 70, it says, for there shall be in every place and in the cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahweh. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Right? Persecution is coming on top of that. Okay, just imagine a band of these people coming out after the elect, right? Hearing, right? Because, that's what we're seeing right now with these agents, right? Trying to come with that Taliban shit, trying to tie us to this right here, right? We see how they're trying to come with it, and they're gonna paint that picture on the prophets as we're some type of murderers, right? Terrorists, and we're gonna get persecuted, right? It's been written that we're gonna have to suffer persecution. So when that time comes, you got to be rooted and you got to be unmovable, right? You got to stand stiffly, right? Set your face as a flint against your enemies, your adversaries. Because if you don't do that, you're going to catch a missile. You're going to be destroyed. But let's get one more scripture in this chapter. one more scripture. Let's see, what should we get? Right, 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 1. It says, and actually let me get Isaiah chapter 30. Right, going into those that believe in this government. This is Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 1. It says, woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walked to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Right? The Egypt that is talking about here is America. Okay? Talking about these men that are going to go and worship the government, are going to go and get that chip, right? Going to go to the government for answers, right? Woe to you. Woe means destruction, okay? Because ultimately, hey, this place is not going to bounce back. This place is going to get destroyed, right? Men shall think themselves to be in good case, right? When victuals are cheap. But only, man, let's get that after this. Let's get that after this. Actually, let's get it right now. Right, because it's these men that think that America's gonna bounce back, hey, it's not. Right, it's not at all. And it goes into that in, man, that's why I said 15 and 16, hey, beautiful chapters going into what we're seeing right now. 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 21, it says, behold, victuals shall be so good and cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Right? Economy is going to collapse. Things are going to be dirt cheap. Right? You're going to think that, oh, I'm in a good situation. Now's the time to buy. So when the economy comes back, I'm a millionaire. But as it says, even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. So that's why I tied it to that precept going to, hey, whoa, right, to destruction to those that take a covering, but not of me, right, not of Yahweh, right, those that trust in the government and not Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, hey, that strength of this government is going to be your shame and your confusion, because you're going to be in complete perplexity. Right? You're over here thinking America's going to bounce back, and you only see it get worse and worse and worse. You're going to be like, what the hell is going on? Right? I thought America was the land of the great. Right? I thought we were the top dogs and we were never going to fall. And just like every single civilization, every single empire never thought that they would fall. They always thought that they would last forever. But every single one came to an end. The same thing with this one we're in right now. Okay, and this is just the beginning, right? I went a little off topic or a different direction, right? Not off topic, a different direction of what I was trying to go, but it still applies, right? This is all scriptural, and we're seeing it. Now they had in the beginning, right? Luke 21 and 10. Then said he unto nation, then he said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Okay, and we're seeing that. But hopefully that was edifying. With that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash, and double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of great millstone that taught me this truth. Shalom to you, Shalom.